Hi, welcome back. We're about to start printing, and here's the materials that we're going to need to do that. So we have some ink here. This is block printing ink, black. This is in a jar. It also comes in tubes. There's water soluble, which this is, and there's also an oil based. I also have a little stick to get the ink out of the jar. You're going to need some kind of inking plate. This is a pane of glass in its own little frame, removable. If you're interested in making something like this, I have a video on how I did that. A soft rubber roller to spread the ink with. This is referred to as a brayer. This is called a baron. It's used after you put the paper on the print to push down on the paper and make sure that the ink is stuck to it. This is one that I turned on the lathe. If you have a wood lathe, you can turn a couple of these out. It's a very simple project. If not, you can buy them or use something else. Traditionally, a flat wooden spoon was used for this purpose. And of course, you need your block. I also have a couple of blocks of pine, and I'll show you what I'm going to be using those for. Unfortunately, I had some issues with the camera and lost the original footage of me making some prints with this block, so I'm going to start all over again and make some more. So we'll start by putting some ink down. That should be more than enough. Make sure that you cap it. Then take your brayer and start spreading it out. You want to spread it out thinly and evenly, so go back and forth. And I can feel that it's way too thick at the moment. There it goes. And you want to listen for that sound like Velcro. When you hear that sound, you know it's probably thin enough. You don't want it too thick because you don't want to fill the fine lines on the carving. So I think that's good. Now we want to evenly coat the block print. Now these blocks of wood have register marks on them. I've already torn my paper so it's close to the size that I want it to be. So I want to make sure that it falls within the right area, so I have these blocks of wood ready. I have them in the right place so that I know where to put the paper. Pick up your brayer, start pressing down on the image. I'm not pressing down so hard that I'm going to hurt myself or crush the image, but I am using a bit of force. I want to make sure that the ink gets onto the paper, and you can tell that it is because you can see it coming through. And you can do that for as long as you feel necessary. When you think it's had enough, slowly pull it up. And there's your image. I'm going to pull down some more ink. Make sure that it gets a nice even coat to transfer onto the paper. Line up my blocks so I know where my register marks are. Drop my paper on. Press down on it with the baron. So that's it. Beautiful block prints using MDF. So I think these prints turned out well. This print is called The Farmer. I'm going to be making a companion piece for it called The Farmer's Wife. If you're interested in seeing how that turns out, you can follow my blog at www.rickmayotte.com. As for the MDF, I think it worked out really well. It's fairly easy to carve, and even after I had to wash it and make a second set of prints, it held up fairly well. So I was pleased with that. I will definitely be using it in the future. I think it's a good medium to use for block printing. If you'd like to know what I'll be doing next, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.